to donate to your campaign? Because there are laws in many countries where foreigners cannot donate. So one, let us know if it's legal. Two, where do we go to donate? And can you accept donations with 3 zeros behind it?
Did you set him up? Did you set this guy up?
Ross, tell you what, his job is to tell you all about that, the good stuff. I get to tell you about the money stuff. So the candidates have to get things.
All right, make sure that you take everybody. And third, for people like me with no skills, I'm just a lawyer. How do we help in Mali? Is there a commercial law that allows commerce to thrive? Is there a judicial system that enforces contracts? How can we help? Somebody like me with nothing but words and computers, how can we help in Mali?
Well, first of all, as a country, right now, Mali, that's one of the things I've been doing. The legal system, the educational system, everything, we need to work with others. We need to rely on ourselves, but we can work with others. That's why I created this partnership with 4 universities in Utah and the University of Bamako. I also work with the University of Utah Law School, trying to see if they will team up with the law school in Mali. But there are issues. Law schools here are graduate studies, and law schools in most other places are undergraduate. So there's a little bit of issues there. We don't know how to solve that yet. But as a lawyer, educating yourself on Mali legal system will help you advise Malians on how to improve our legal system. One thing that I will do as a president is improve the legal system. I'll get advice and seek advice where it is, but as long as citizens do not feel that justice is equitable, yes, then they don't feel safe. We have to make a security guarantee in the country where such that when I say I'm selling you a watch, it's a good new watch, and you go home it's not new, then that person can go to jail. People should feel comfortable in the market system. So yes, a poor lawyer can help tremendously when what you have the most is your experience.
Thank you very much. I was born and raised in Zimbabwe, so I'm a fellow African American. And I just returned last week, actually, and have been volunteering with an NGO too, educating children actually in Zambia. It's too hard to work in Zimbabwe at this point. And I'm just very interested, you talked about how you overcame the corruption within your village, within your city, through the villages. How is that going to work for a whole country? I just have a hard time getting my head around it, just seeing what I've just seen in the last month and knowing what I know. And I, like you, I went to BYU and got my education there, but I just have a hard time getting around how you're going to overcome that corruption nationwide.
It is easy, just like doing it in one area. Mali is divided into 703 cities. That's why you have to focus on cities. Do not focus on the country. The country is made up of 703 cities. You give power to city leaders. You educate the people, put them in a position to demand better leadership. If I were not mayor today in Wellington, you will still function. Because the citizens now know better. A mind once stretched can never go back. Even in Zimbabwe, if people come around enjoying efficient delivery of services, they will demand it. They will make their leaders more accountable, especially if it is a proximity. You don't have to take a bus to go to the capital city. You can just leave your farm and go to the city hall and yell at the mayor. which I guess everyone can know. But truly, we have to focus on small circumscription in the country, and suddenly the whole country is covered. But you have to train the mayors, you have to train the local leaders, you have to train the civil society, you have to train the traditional religious leaders, what their role is in terms of making sure that they get the best deal in terms of governance, in terms of service. But it will happen.
This is the very back.
Hi, thank you for your presentation and for coming. I'm curious, how often are you asked about Mormon issues on race? Who asks you, and how do you respond?
Well, I'm bullying my opponent not to talk about it. It is dangerous in Mali to talk about religion when it comes to politics. Mali is a democracy with freedom of religion. We can teach America a lesson. We can tell Americans it doesn't matter which religion, which God you pray to. What matters is what unites us as citizens of the same country. And I keep repeating that. Yes, I have been asked about my religion in the newspaper. If you go on Google, you type Yeah Samake, Mali. If you read French, you will see some articles talking that I am on a mission from a sect in America, a religious sect. Some say that Mormons have given a lot of money to him to come run for president. People say a lot of things. Because they really believe that I am the richest candidate, and the reason is Mormons are giving me money. I wish that was true. But yes, I get asked, and my answer is always this. We should, in any case, let our religious differences divide us. Mali is known for tolerance. Contrary to what you hear or what you read, the 1% of Christians living in Mali live in harmony with the 90% of Muslims. So that's one of the reasons I was elected in Welesebubu, where the population is more than 95% Muslim. It wasn't a problem. But yet again, this is national office. This is the first time a Christian is running for president. But this would speak highly of Mali. If Mali were to elect a Christian president, we can look in the eyes of America and say, hey, you need to learn a lesson. Yeah. But we need to make sure that we as leaders, no matter what our religion, let's point out what unites us. Because united, we always win, and divided, we always lose. And that's the language I always keep to people. It's preemptive, so that people will not venture there. I'm not running as a Mormon. I'm running because I'm Malian, and I strongly believe that.
Okay, let me follow up. I'll take the prerogative and follow up on Chuck's question. Within Mormonism, and you're probably aware of this, within Mormonism in the past week, there's been a lot of controversy over the church's past racial issues, but there's been a lot of press about you because as Black African, who's Mormon, and so following up on Chuck's question, how has this come up at all in Mali or other places? The fact that as a Black man, as Black African, as a member of the LDS Church, given the Church's history on this before the 1978 revelation?
I'm very grateful that I'm a priesthood holder of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Malians don't even know. They have no idea. When you say Mormon, I'm a Mormon. The president of my country did not know what a Mormon is. You got a work to do. Yes, it has come up mostly in America. Slate Magazine, PRI, Bloomberg, most of the media here are not interested in what I have achieved, what I can achieve, and what can happen to Mali. They're interested. And when they call me, and they actually don't call that often anymore, I tell them that this is not about religion. It is not. What I was able to accomplish, of course, my faith has inspired me. Just like your faith inspired you. But this is not a religious matter. And this is not what we're thinking about in Mali. We're thinking, who can bring 3 meals to our table? We're thinking, who can build schools? Who can educate our children? Who can help us get access to healthcare? That's how we're thinking. We're not thinking, what region you're from? Or what religion? No, that is not the thought process. But I should admit that Malians are surprised that a Christian is running for president. They are, because it's new. We don't know what to do, we don't know what to say. I don't know how people are going to react. There's a big Muslim movement. But what unites us is more important than what divides us. It's first and foremost, we are Malians. We are in the same boat. One part of Mali is not going to grow green just because Muslims live on it and that Christians are not going to enjoy it. Malians know that. When you build a school, Malian and Christian and Muslim go to school. The hospital, the same. So we are not worried about the religion aspect of it. We're worried about who can best do the job. And I believe I can do that for the benefit of every Muslim, every Christian children in Mali.
I want to thank you for coming. Really appreciate all that you said. I have a question. You said that in Mali they have agriculture. Are you ever going to look at any manufacturing? Because I would certainly love to come to your country to manufacture my product.
Can you repeat the last part of your?
Are you going to look at having any type of manufacturing done in Mali?
Oh, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Because I would like to do business.
Oh, hey, let's do business in Mali. Mali say we are fifth producer of the best quality cotton in the world. But only 2% of the cotton produced in Mali is processed in Mali. 2%. The best quality cotton in the world. We send it to China, we send it to India, we send it to Europe. Are you interested in cotton? I can see. But, yes, this is the same thing in agriculture. Our products, we don't process, we don't add value to it. Mali exports cows and sheep and goats. They live, but we don't process the meat. We don't have dairy. We need to find a way to add value to our natural resources. Mali is the second producer of gold after Ghana in West Africa. Yet there is no refinery in Ghana or in Mali. Opportunity to create jobs, to keep more money, and we're sitting and not doing it. That's why I strongly believe that we are not poor. We have the resources. But we need, first and foremost, Malians to believe that the power is within. That we have the power to do this. We do not need to rely on China, America, or Brazil to do this. We have to rely on ourselves first and foremost. But Mali will be open for business. We're going to make Mali a safe place for business. We want to make Mali the safest place to do business because we know that this is in the benefit of Mali. We would like to do this to 50-50, win-win situation. not like the way it's going on right now. We want to change that. Mali needs to make more out of the gold profit. We need to build more schools. We need to reverse the environment. But if we do all of this, we still win because investors will make profit.
Thank you. Could you tell us more about how you came to Brigham Young University and your conversion to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints?
Did I say I won't be sharing my conversion story today? You know, my life is a miracle. I really believe that many miracles have happened in my life. First of all, I told you this, when I was born, almost 1 out of 2 kids will die before the age of 5. 450 deaths out of 1,000 births. So it is really a miracle to survive. I was sent to school where the literacy rate was below 11%. All of my siblings. My father made a drastic decision to send all of his children, 18 of us, to school. I never said, you are out of your mind. How can you do that? Your family will surely go hungry. And his answer always was, my family will be hungry, but my family will not know the darkness of illiteracy. He believed firmly that to break the cycle of poverty, that we have to all go to school. His father was poor, he was poor, and the father of his father was poor. He came from a long line of poverty. So, I met a family, the Winsons, in Mali, while I was working for them as an interpreter. I was doing a lot of work. After I graduated from college, there was no job. So I took my diploma and left the capital city and came back to my city, Welesebu. And I came to the school director and I said, well, I have a degree in teaching English as a second language. He said, well, you know, we can't hire you. There's no money. I said, well, I know there is no money, but I have a skill, I have a talent. I'm not going to sit with it. I will teach for free. So you're kidding, right? I said, no, I'm not kidding. I mean, what use is a degree if you can't do anything with it? So I taught for 3 years in the public school as a volunteer with no pay whatsoever. As you serve people, I do believe that the Lord serves. Let us serve our neighbors. Let us serve our fellow beings. And for sure, there's no doubt about it, you will be served. As I do this, I never dreamed one day of going to America. I was offered the opportunity to come to America. I said, no way, I'm not going to America. Because I had no idea how deprived I was. I was enjoying myself. I was so satisfied serving my community that I couldn't believe that it could be happier anywhere else. Then they said, maybe you could see if you can get into a university and get an education. Knowing my background, that how we believe in education, I couldn't resist that. That's how I came to America. I left my poverty-stricken village, came to America having never seen a toilet or having only one phone line for 60,000 people. Now I have a cell phone in my hand and there's a shower. Coming from no electricity, now I can put the light on. It was incredible. Miracles after miracles. I was not the best, I was not the most deserving, but I know that those miracles led me to America. So I came to Utah because their son was going to BYU. And I came and saw all of these Mormon kids dressed in white and very nice skirts and all dressed up on Sunday going to church. I said, what's going on here? I said, well, this is the church. I got very interested. I wanted to know more. I said, well, this is my idea of heaven. Everybody just worshiping the Lord. People getting busy on Friday or Sunday. I said, I need to know more about it. But I had already studied a little bit of Book of Mormon. Then, the most inspiring, the most interesting thing that happened was there was a game between BYU and University of Utah. That is where I came face to face for the first time with the Spirit. Those who are not from Utah will probably not get this joke, right? I came to the game very cold in summer. And before the game started, they said, would someone, and they called someone to give an invocation at a football game. I do not know what happened. Whatever he said brought an incredible amount of spirit to my whole being, and I started crying without knowing why. Men don't cry where I come from. But my tears could not stop. I just cried and cried and cried. I did not know why. But I felt for the first time an incredible spirit. And I enjoyed it. And I asked more questions. And I asked to join the Church of Jesus Christ because I felt that this is right for me. They had me take 6 discussions. And as I was ready, they told me that I am not able to join the church. And they didn't tell me why. I was quite hurt by that. But luckily, I traveled to Colorado. I said, well, hey, if people in Utah won't do it, people in Colorado will do it. And I took 6 new discussions. And there, they told me that I am not able to join the church. I said, how can that be? They said, well, because we're concerned about your safety. We baptize you, you're going back to your Muslim country, they'll kill you. They'll kill me. They won't kill me. This is my family. These are people I love and care. I'm going to go tell them this great thing, and everybody's going to be Mormon. I was that excited about it. Yet, they did not listen to me. On my way home, I arrived in New York. A bishop in New York who had come to Africa, the Greens, I told them that I'm interested in the church. Oh, they got very excited about that. They said, oh, well, let's bring a missionary. So I took 6 more discussions. And he pleaded because he's met my family. He said, no, he'll be safe. So he called the mission president, and one day, that close, one day before I flew back home, I was baptized, September 14th of 2000, and I flew back home the 16th. I was very excited. I loved the church, and I learned a lot of things, the sense of family, and I said, well, hey, I'm going to go tell my family, and, you know, they're all going to join, and we're going to be happy Mormons in Mali. Mali Mormons. But it didn't work out that way. It did not work out that way. But I must tell you that being Mormon has brought the light out from within me. Knowing that Jesus Christ has come on earth to serve me, that knowledge was very defining. I did not know Jesus before then. That he came on earth and served me with the ultimate sacrifice was very powerful.